Hello, good people. Welcome back to the Kuhb Games YouTube channel. Welcome back to Pac-Man to 1K. I've got the little grizzly bear here, Miss Grizz, the apex predator of the vegetable world. She's going to be hanging out while we talk about the deck. So, I haven't really made any big changes. As you can see here, I just cut a wave motion cannon for the second stealth bird. I think I played two stealth birds at the GGP that I played in and wanted to go back to it and give it a test again. I think Wave Motion Cannon is a little bit more of a powerful card, but having another monster in the deck couldn't hurt too much. We're only up to 14, which is still a low number of monsters, sort of kind of around where I want to be. So yeah, I'm going to get Grizz back home and we'll get into some matches. All right, we've got our first one here against Eldoth. Forgot to mention we are at 177 elo. On the ladder, I guess you can kind of see that up on the graphic, right? If you're able to read it. I know it's a little small up there, but here we are. We are 4-0. We are still undefeated, so let's see if we can make that continue. All right, opening hand's not bad. We've got a ceasefire to deal with a knock. Got a couple of Pac-Man monsters here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead on Stealth Bird. And yeah, I'm just going to set everything. If the opponent has Heavy Storm, that's fine. We've got a Magic Jammer for it. I'll just pitch this Swarm of Scarabs. We've got a knock in case they have a monster, which is why I didn't lead on Scarabs and just, start getting in our damage with Stealth Bird. Also, if things go, really poorly, and Book of Moon is our only protection here, then Stealth Bird can live, kind of hold its own against most monsters. Obviously not all of them, but see what the opponent's got here. Looks like they're having a bit of a think here on turn one. All right, we have a set monster and a back row. Okay. Another back row. Okay. Another back row. Okay. All right. Oh, another Stealth Bird? All right. Well, I mean, already paying off having two in the deck, right? Let's see here. I guess. Yeah, we can just lead on Stealth Bird flip here. And deal 1,000 to our opponent. Opponent's having to think about it. Okay. I guess while the opponent is thinking, Q&A. We got a lot of questions in the last video, so gonna try to cover all of them. If I don't cover all of them, I will get to whatever is left over in the next video. Again, I have no idea how long this is gonna last. Just kind of going with what we've got here. I don't think I'm gonna attack with the Stealth Bird. I'm just gonna reset it, and then I will just knock my opponent's face down. But yeah, first question's from Patrick O'Donnell, 114271. Do you have any hobbies outside of Yu-Gi-Oh? Yes. I am a big music person. I used to go to a lot more shows than I do now. But I do have tickets to go see My Chemical Romance on their Black Parade tour, going up to Chicago to see that. I'm very excited about that. I saw Motion City Soundtrack is the band that I've seen the most times. I've seen them 13 different times. I've seen Jukebox the Ghost 5 or 6 times. I've seen a lot of bands a lot of times. And I have also toured the entire eastern half of the US. Oh man. Injection Fairy Lily? Oh, into Torrential? That's unfortunate, but I'm just going to let these go. I don't think I'm going to ceasefire here. I'm just going to wait on that. It is a 2 for 2, so it's not like the end of the world. We didn't get super blown up. But yeah, I also play drums in a band. Like I said, I've toured the entire eastern half of the US. Pretty much. And I do a lot of cooking as well. Super into that. I'm just going to let this go through. If the opponent wants to pay 2,000, that's fine with me. And I dabble a little bit into some sports ball. Not a huge sports fan, but I like tennis. I like to watch basketball, stuff like that. All right, the opponent gets in for 3,400. We can set this Swarm of Scarabs. Maybe make our opponent take another 2,000. I mean, we can also just Book of Moon it, right? Oh, Chain Energy? That's fine. That could come back to bite the opponent a little bit, potentially here. Solemn Judgment's pretty good, though. This is a weird burn deck. Obviously, you've got Giant Germ over here. Chain Energy is not really that played anymore in the burn decks, but I am going to set the Solemn Judgment, I guess. Turn Magic Jammer off for a turn. Yeah, Judgment seems like it could potentially be pretty good here. And we'll just pass the turn. If the opponent attacks with the injection, we can just book it down. And if they play out something else, I mean, we'll see what we do at that point. Obviously, Swarm of Scarabs can't hold up to a whole bunch of stuff, but... Okay, opponent's paying 500 for swords. All right, that's fine with me. Flip up my Scarabs. Hopefully they don't have another monster as their last. Paying 500, please. No monster. UFO turtle. Oh, no. Yeah, I definitely just let that go. And let's see. I can book it down. Yeah, I'm going to book the UFO turtle. See if they want to pay 2,000 for the injection Fairy Lily. Looks like they do. Okay. Yeah. So now they can't activate Injection Fairy Lily again, and we're actually close to just killing them with Ceasefire. Ooh. Wave Motion Cannon here is quite good. All right, so let's just go ahead and activate that. We'll pay the 500, no big deal. Pass the turn. And I think we're good here. Ceasefire plus Wave Motion Cannon, probably going to get the job done. We also have a Solemn Judgment if we need to throw it out. But I guess that one's a little riskier here, right? I guess if the opponent summons a monster, they just die. So we don't really have to Solemn Judgment a monster. So they pay 500 for the Chain Energy. All right, while they're thinking, Steve Neurosevich, 4821. I hope I didn't butcher your last name. Neurosevich is how it is in my mind. But most overrated card in GOAT. I gave this one quite a bit of thought throughout the day. And I could be very wrong about this, but I believe the answer is Torrential Tribute. Probably like Torrential or MST, something along those lines, where people hold that those cards are just like very good, like top tier and staples in the format. And it might be a little bit of a hot take here. I don't think Torrential is necessarily a staple, really in any deck. I guess like, well, you could make a case for Torrential not being in a deck. Like in Pac-Man, Torrential's not great. Actually, it's awful. In Pac-Man, a lot of Turbo players have debates on whether or not it should be in the deck. Warrior players have debates whether or not it should be in the deck. I think the same is the case with MST. MST is just like a good, like, it's always going to be a 1-for-1. It's a good solid card, has a lot of aspects where it's good. So I'm not totally sure. I'm not totally sure if either of those are the correct answer. If someone else has a different answer, definitely let me know and prove me wrong on that, because I absolutely could be wrong here. But it looks like we're playing against Burn, so I don't think I actually... Well, it's like Fire Burn, I guess, because they showed UFO Turtle and Solar Flare Dragon. So usually I cut like the gravity binds and the level limits against burn, but I don't really think I want to do that here. Cylinder also seemed okay. I definitely don't want to cut Judgment. I don't want to cut Knock. I guess I could cut Swords. Swords is pretty good. Swords is probably better than Gravity Bind. I'm just going to cut 2 Gravity Binds. I'm going to cut 2 Book of Moons. And I'll leave in the L Labs and I'll leave in Swords. Maybe I can just cut a Nightmare Wheel. Nightmare Wheel can help lock down some problematic monsters. I imagine they're still probably playing like Morphing Jar or whatever, but maybe not. Maybe given that they don't know the deck, yeah, let's just cut the Magic Cylinder. It's like the, well, no, I'm gonna cut the Call, actually. I think that's a totally fine call here. I'm not gonna bring in Tribe. I guess it is good against the Pyros, but like Tribe against Burn is basically 4 Ojama tokens, which are pretty annoying. I'm just gonna leave it like this until the opponent shows me more of the cards in their deck. Because I'm not 100% sure what exactly I'm playing against, so don't want to overboard. All right, seeing a Solemn Wishes in the opening hand's pretty good. Sangan also pretty good. I keep thinking in my head that I really like misplayed something there in that first game, but I don't think I did down the stretch. I think I had a better idea of a play in my head, and then just it ended up not being as good as I thought. Something with the Book of Moon on the Injection Fairy Lily, but it's fine. We got the dub. Double knock. Double knock. Sounds good to me. I think I'm just going to play out the Sangan. Start getting some beats in. Because, like, I do have double knock. If they have something to attack over the Sangan, that's fine. I can go get, like, a Golem Sentry or something. And that should be able to absorb all of what the opponent can throw at us. Except for Infernal Flame Emperor. Can't deal with that one. Oh, we get the Cyber Jar on out of here. Love to see that. Let's just get on our attack with a Sangan. Oh, I'm supposed to probably cut the Morphing Jar. Yeah, alright, come on, Evan. Let's get your head in the brain. Good God, let's get your head in the brain here. Let's get your brain in the game here. Head in the game? Head in the game. Whatever. We're out here having a good time. Oh. No plays from the opponent? Alright, well, I'll just activate Solemn Wishes here in the end. Go to draw a Magic Jammer? That's pretty nice. Gain me a good 500 life points. I don't think I need to attack with Medusa Worm. I think Sangan is doing the job well enough. And there's a good likelihood that this deck could be playing Mirror Force. Now, obviously, Mirror Force taken out of Sangan is not the end of the world, but if I can protect my Medusa Worm, that sounds good to me. I'll set the Magic Jammer just past a turn. I think we are in a great position here, really. I got Solemn Wishes going. We've got, you know, protection. Yeah, I'm going to let the Graceful Charity go. I'm not going to Magic Jammer that. Mostly waiting on something like a Heavy Storm. All right, while the opponent's thinking on the Graceful Charity, we've got another question. Gonna try to space these out a little bit more. So this is the last one we're gonna do for this match. Big Benz said, when did you start playing Yu-Gi-Oh? What was your first deck? Any plans for doing an Edison series? Edison is a no-go for now. I don't play the format at all. Not that I hate the format or think there's like a rivalry between GOAT and Edison, because there's not. People can like whatever they like, and I understand why people like Edison. It's just not for me. I like GOAT format. That's what I want to do, so that's what I play. If I play Edison in the future, maybe there will be some Edison stuff. But I've said in the past, and I think I'm still of the opinion that if I play Edison, it'll be on a different channel. But when did I start Yu-Gi-Oh? And what was my first deck? I started playing in like 3rd or 4th grade. I remember opening Magic Ruler packs. Giant True Knit. I'm just going to let that go. I don't think I want to Magic Jammer that. No response. But yeah, I started playing 3rd or 4th grade. Whenever Magic Ruler was released, they're going to bounce my Sangan. That's fine. And Secret Barrel. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. But yeah, whenever Magic Ruler was released, I had like 7 copies of 1st edition Serpent Knight Dragon. just from opening packs. Um, my first deck was the Kaiba starter deck, I guess. We lose the Medusa Worm here. Yeah, as far as like decks go, if you want to know my first competitive deck, that would have been whenever I came back into the game. Whoa, Cyberstein? Okay, wasn't expecting that. Do we have a Megamorph over there? Yeah, whenever I came back into the game, it was right as Xyz monsters were released, and I was playing Malefic Skill Drain at the time. So that was my first, like, I actually know what decks there are and have a concept of a metagame and stuff like that. But as far as, like, first actual, like, this is what I played deck, it was starter deck Kaiba. I remember playing as a kid as well, toward the end of me playing as a kid, which was somewhere a little after GOAT format. I had a deck that was based around Horus and Vampire Lord. Ooh, a Stealth Bird? Alright. Well, if our opponent runs into this Magic Cylinder, it's going to be great for us. And we've got a Magic Jammer sort of to make sure that happens. So yeah, let's set that. Set Cylinder. Set Solemn Wishes. I'm going to set Stealth Bird, and I guess I'll set the Knock. Yeah, we can ditch Sangan, right, if we have to for the Magic Jammer. Just trying to think of any reason, like... It makes it harder for our opponent to snipe with MST, I guess. Yeah, I just can't think of how this is going to go wrong. I think we're probably just going to win this game here, because I imagine the opponent's going to attack with the Master of Oz, right? Yeah, 1 on the swords. We just need to fade, like, True Nade plus Heavy Storm. Or one of those plus an MST snipe on the Magic Cylinder. Maybe the opponent just attacks with Cyberstein. UFO Turtle. Alright, you're a dead opponent. Creature swap? Yeah. I'm just gonna let this happen. Here, have a Stealth Bird. Enjoy! Can't even flip it up. Alright. I don't care which one they attack with. We're gonna ram this Magic Cylinder down their throat. Oh, it's gonna get the Master of Oz? Beautiful. Take 4,200 damage, opponent. Oh no. Not the cry face. I'm sorry. The GG's, that's going to boost us up to 5-0, and we're at 197. I'm going to update the ELO tracker here really quick. All right, we're at 197, 5-0, still undefeated, and we're going to get another match from here for sure. All right, we're here against Joel Anthony. Again, we are at 197, 5-0. I realized one of these questions on the Q&A is actually a Pac-Man question, so I'm going to go ahead and answer that. B. Porter M. Is my body as a shield worth it in Pac-Man as a side card? Card's totally fine. I get it. It's really good against Nobleman of Crossout. The only thing that I don't like about the card in Pac-Man is you're very hard on your life total as is. So you gotta be careful with stuff like that, because you don't want to be using cards that make you pay a certain amount of life whenever you're already hard on your life total, with like Solemn Judgments, maybe having to take attacks and stuff like that. So my body as a shield, not bad. You could definitely play around with it. I probably need to give it a little bit more testing myself, but I can also see the flaws in the card. But opponents starting on Thunder Dragons. Unbeknownst to many, Pac-Man does have a problem with Chaos decks. So, wish I'd had the Medusa Worm. I guess I would have led on Stealth Bird over Medusa Worm anyway. But, yeah, Chaos Turbo is not the best matchup for Pac-Man, and that's, you know, one of the reasons that the deck stays out of the meta, for sure. Though I do think having the burn in the deck does help out a lot, because, like, the thing that you have the problem with the most with the matchup is giving your opponent inevitability to specifically get to BLS. If Turbo didn't have BLS, it would be a whole lot easier, though you also still have to contend with like a whole bunch of back row removal. Like, not only are they playing heavy, most play MST, They're playing Raigeki Breaks or Phoenix Wing Wind Blast as well, and they normally board up more on those. And then sometimes they've got like, I don't like it when people just throw it in the graveyard. It really messes with my brain. But I'm going to Magic Jammer the Heavy Storm, of course. But yeah, sometimes they side into Solemn Judgment as well. And then you've got just like this super consistent deck drawing through all of their cards, getting to cards that answer yours very easily. And that makes it not the best matchup in the world for sure. Morphing Jar does help a lot though against Turbo. It's one of the reasons that I put it in the deck. Can help you recoup card advantage and get some major pluses because Turbo's going to be holding a lot of cards in hand, stuff like that. But here, let's flip up our bird again. Get in a 1,000 points of damage here. I will reset it. Flip up Medusa Worm. I'm going to go after the new set. I think that one's more likely to be the Moth. Yep, got rid of the Moth. Very nice. Reset Medusa Worm, and now we will play out our Wave Motion Cannon, and I'm going to go ahead and set the Morphing Jar. If we get to flip up Morphing Jar on the next turn, could be huge. And now we've got Stealth Bird, dealing damage, already dealt 2,000, and we've got a Wave Motion Cannon going. We could end this game in pretty short order here. Or quickly. I don't I don't know if that actually made sense, but made sense in my mind. Yeah, phrases are hard. What we got, opponent? If you get ahead of Chaos Turbo like we are right now, like we're not ahead on cards necessarily, but we're kind of ahead on like what's going on here. And we've got damage going. We've got Medusa Worm to start taking out their set monsters. You can really, whenever you get ahead, a lot of times you can just stay ahead. Oh, Sangan, sure. Take out the Medusa Worm. That's not really that big of a deal. Opponent sets another card. Yup. Oh, Lakuta? Sure. I'm down for that. Let's put a counter on our Wave Motion Cannon here. I think I am just going to flip up the Morphing Jar. I'm going to flip up Stealth Bird first, obviously. But, like, at this point, we are only drawing our opponent into BLS. Like, they do have 2 Thunder Dragons in hand, but whatever, right? Let's just reset the Stealth Bird. Set Lakuta. And we'll flip up Morphing Jar. Well, it's just a giant plus here. Oh, we hit Duo? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, and Call and Judgment. The Chaos Sorcerer out of our opponent's hand, so we did put a Dark in the graveyard, which is unfortunate, but it's certainly not the end of the world. We can just go ahead and throw down this Delinquent Duo here. Love flipping up a Morphing Jar to plus, and then duoing right after it for some more plussing action. We hit the Serpent. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I'm just going to set Call. I'm going to set Solemn Judgment, and I'm going to pass the turn. If I was the opponent, like, they could attack into the Stealth Bird, just take 700, and then, like, on the next turn, if I want to flip it down and flip it back up, they can attack it with the Sangan. They could just attack into the face-down monster here. I'm not going to Solemn the Pot of Greed, of course. But especially with second Stealth Bird here, the opponent is at risk of... I hate it when people just play their cards down and start drawing. They just went ahead and drew the third. Yeah, I'm not going to Judgment the Graceful Charity, but, you know, would appreciate it if the opponents would, you know, wait for responses, because people can respond in this game. I feel less good about the position now, but I still feel pretty good about it. A BLS here, I think, is just going to have to be met. It doesn't have to be met with a Solemn Judgment, but I think Judgmenting a BLS is pretty juicy. Yeah. Get it out of here, please. Okay, so now the only card we really have to worry about is, like, Ring of Destruction. Raigeki Break is annoying here. The opponent did pitch their Sinister Serpent. I imagine they have something to interact with Spell and Traps at this point, right? But we've got a Medusa Worm that we can get back with Call of the Haunted if we so choose. We've got another Stealth Bird coming down. We get to draw more cards off of Deslakuta. We're doing all right here. What are we attacking? The Morphing Jar? Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll take 300. No big deal. Set a monster. Cool. All right. Gravity Bind. All right. Well, that makes Spell and Trap removal a little worse if the opponent has to go after level limit here. Let's put a counter on our Wave Motion Cannon. Do I want to go ahead and pop that? It puts the opponent at 3,000. They go to 2,000 from the Stealth Bird. And we've got Call of the Haunted to get back Stealth Bird. I don't think there's any reason really to be greedy here for one more turn on the Wave Motion Cannon. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and pop it. All right, and I think it's more beneficial to actually flip up Stealth Bird here rather than Deslakuta in case there is a Torrential. So let's flip up the boy. The bird, one of the mascots of the series. We got Stealth Bird and Golem Sentry over here on the screen. We're going to ring the Stealth Bird. That's fine with me. Now we don't have to worry about ring. The opponent takes 1,700. Yeah, sounds pretty good to me. Flip up my Lakuta. I always see if Lakuta's okay. Because I don't want to draw a card and then like have to ship something back to the deck and shuffle and do all of that stuff. But yeah, let's reset Lakuta. I'm going to set Stealth Bird. And I'm going to set Gravity Bind, and I'm going to play Level Limit Area B. And we've kind of got things on lockdown here. We will pass the turn. The opponent needs, like, Raigeki Break, MST to start getting some attacks in. And even then, like, Ring's gone. BLS is gone. What are you going to do? Summon out another Chaos Sorcerer? Cool. Mm-hmm. We're going to hit the monster. Okay. All right, you got my Stealth Bird. I guess they know that Sangan can attack over whatever this is, so sure. I say whatever this is, but I know they know it's Deslakuta. We can call back the Stealth Bird. I think I will. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. We've got all kinds of burn in the Gravity Bind. Lord. We might lose this game, actually. Wow. I didn't think I was going to lose this game. This Sangan has been... I guess Sangan is annoying whenever you draw, you know, all 4 of your floodgates and none of them stop Sangan. Uh-oh. Yep, Jar of Greed is fine. And they have the knock, okay. Serpent coming down, that's fine. Sure, we'll take 1,300. Not the biggest deal in the world. There is still another knock over there somewhere for the opponent. Golem Sentry, that's a good one. Do I want to attack with it? I guess I could. Just kind of clear the Serpent, deal 500 points of damage. If they have a Raigeki Break, they can deal with it, you know, no matter what. So, and I don't trust. They could have Mirror Force here. I'm just gonna. Oh well, I can't attack. Because of level. It's fine. Whatever. I'm just gonna set it. No big deal. Pass the turn. little bit of a misplay. I'm trying to lose this game, I guess. Just getting. I'll be honest. I'm a little I'm a little thrown off by how my opponent has played the game, with just like throwing cards into the graveyard and not asking for responses and all of that. And I really shouldn't be thrown off by that. So just take a second to regroup here. We'll be okay. Yeah, summon out Tribe. Opponent's at 500. I think I deserve Ceasefire here. Swarm of Scarabs. Not quite. But it will wall up for a turn. I could attack over Serpent, but I don't think that's... Potentially attacking into a Mirror Force, I don't think it's going to do anything here. Yep, Sangan, attack in. Cool. I assume Tribe's going to try to clear this as well. No other insects on the other side of the board. And we are locked in and focused. I guess another Golem Sentry could go pretty hard here. If the opponent is going to be attacking into whatever it is. Nightmare Wheel? Yes. Yes. They probably got an answer for it. I bet they do. But like, Double Raigeki Break's gone. I bet they've got an MST or something. I'm just going to Nightmare Wheel the Sangan here. No answer one time. No answer one time. All right, take 300. No big deal. If they had an answer, they would have used it there, right? Flip up Sook. That's fine. Oh, that gets rid of the Nightmare Wheel. That's unfortunate. Okay. Okay. Oh, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Hold on, Evan. Nightmare Wheel stays on the Sangan. I already took the 300. What are we? Oh, we're tributing. Okay, we tributed for Thunder Dragon? Do they still have a Thunder Dragon? What did they tribute that for? Interesting. Okay. Go to standby. And declare the effect of Nightmare Wheel and kill the opponent. Nightmare Wheel stays on the Sangan. I forgot that temporarily. My bad. We're gonna we're gonna lock in more for game 2 here. Yep, Will stays on the Sangan, so you're gonna have to take 500 here, opponent. And we're going to take this game 1. I can certainly find a ruling for you, opponent. We're just going to pull it up right here on stream. Why not? Not even going to do it on the side. Show you all good old goatformat.com here. Because I don't want to mess up my graphic. On either side, let's see, Nightmare Wheel's a little farther down. I don't know if it's actually on here, now that I think about it. I know the ruling is correct, but... Nightmare Wheel, Nightmare Wheel, Nightmare Wheel, Nightmare Wheel. Nightmare Wheel is destroyed, blah, blah, blah. The monster's flip face down. Nightmare Wheel continues to target the monster, inflict damage, and prevent the monster from attacking or changing battle position. So, here's this. On goatformat.com. All right, I really need to move. I've got the taskbar here on my middle screen. I have 3 monitors, and I really need that to to not be there. So I'm going to deal with that at some point, but I've been just too lazy to change things. All right, we got game 1. Definitely did not play super optimally there, but it's okay. It's okay. We get distracted. You all have ADHD? I have ADHD. I'm not trying to boil that down to like I just get distracted and I'm saying that. I legit do have it. It's not just being distracted. So I don't want anybody to take that out of context there. But yeah, we're going to bring in the Mind Controls, Divine Wrath, Curse of Royal, fan of cutting Magic Cylinder, Book of Moon's not great here. And we can just cut, not a Nightmare Will, we'll cut a Gravity Bind. Double check here, I like the Morphing Jar, yeah, okay. Fine with this. See if we can get another dub here. Just gotta lock in, we're good. Oh, ooh, very good hand, okay. Opponent leading on the Thunder Dragon. There are going to be a lot more like chill episodes like this where I'm just not going to be as like laser focused and super locked in and playing like uber competitively, especially this low on the ladder. We're just here having a fun time in the series. This is all about vibes. I do still want to win. I'm going to do my best. But for ladder grinds, you know, here we are. What are we discarding for this graceful? Not like the biggest fan of this swords here. I guess swords is like my best way to protect my things. So let's get rid of Swarm, and it might just be Golem Sentry. I think Swarm of Scarabs is a little bit more important, and I definitely want to keep my Lakuta around, and I definitely don't want a whole bunch of monsters in my hand. So yeah, let's just get rid of Golem Sentry. And now I will actually, I'm going to set Swarm of Scarabs. No, sorry. I'm going to play out my swords. Flip this monster first. See that monster, please. Gravekeeper Spy. Okay, sure. I'm still going to set my Scarabs. Seems good to me, and I'll just set all of these cards. I know I'm not going to be able to activate both Divine Wrath and Magic Jammer, but I want the Magic Jammer down, obviously, for Heavy Storm. And I don't think I'm going to need to activate both on the next turn. Cool. Set monster from the opponent. That's going to get eaten up by the Swarm of Scarabs, and I don't think I need to Nightmare Wheel just yet. Oh, Duo? The opponent does have Thunder Dragons in hand. Yeah, I think I still want a Duo. But if I Duo, then I turn off my Magic Jammer, because I really want to set Lakuta, so maybe I don't Duo this turn? That seems... that seems so weird. But I think that's what I'm going to do. Like, if the opponent didn't have Thunder Dragons in hand, I think it would be more powerful to Duo. Oh, we've got a ring here. That's fine. They lose their Moth. Pretty happy about that. Yeah, I'm just going to set Lakuta. I'm going to pass the turn. Not worried. Yeah, not worried about the Gravekeeper Spies. Opponent doesn't play anything, so we are good to go here. Golem Sentry, all right. Yeah, I love drawing some more monsters here. Just flip up the boy. Get ourselves a draw. Okay. Yeah, now I'll just slam the Duo. And let's take this one. I always hit the Thunder Dragon. Yep. Thunder Dragon o'clock, that is for sure. Okay, the opponent already had a bunch of lights in the graveyard anyway. It's not really that big of a deal. Let's reset Lakuta, and we will set the Golem Sentry. Maybe we'll pass over the turn. Alright, opponent finally has a back row. And another back row. Alright. Ditch the swords here. Oh, Stealth Bird? Don't mind if I do, Bird. Really wish I had a Solemn Judgment here, but, you know, can't always have Solemn Judgment, I suppose. Ask the opponent for permission. Okay, I guess you can always ask for a Solemn Judgment. Alright, ring is gone, so I'm just going to reset Lakuta. And I'll flip up Golem Sentry. I'll send back a Spy. That's fine. If the opponent wants to set another Spy, cool, whatever. I can just keep sending it back with Golem Sentry. Yeah, set Stealth Bird. set Solemn Judgment, and pass the turn. And if they want to attack our Lakuta, I can just Nightmare Will the Spy and protect it. Sounds good to me. Jar of Greed, no big deal. No big deal. Get some coffee over here. While we're waiting on the opponent, Andrew Werner, 8566, asked, have you tried playing any other retro formats? Yeah, I have dabbled into Edison a little bit. Again, it's not my favorite, and I'm not playing it currently, really. I played Hat format whenever it was the current format. I played Tengu Plant whenever it was the current format. Though I haven't dabbled into them, like, recently. I feel like there's another popular one that I'm forgetting. But, yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. GOAT is just like, I don't consider myself a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I've said this a few times. I consider myself more of as a GOAT specific player. I know technically that makes me a Yu-Gi-Oh player. And I will play other formats from time to time. I'm not just like super purist, like GOAT and only GOAT. But God, I just have so much fun playing GOAT, and like now I've got the YouTube channel going, and stuff like that, and I don't feel burnt out, and I don't feel tired of the format. I don't think anything's gotten stale or anything, so I'm just keep playing what I like. But like I said earlier, if I do dabble into other formats, and decide to record stuff for those, maybe another channel, maybe on this channel, we'll see how things go. But here, I'm going to flip up Lakuta after I play my Pot of Greed. Draw another card. Ooh, Mind Control. I don't think I need to play the Mind Control here, just because I have this Golem Sentry going. But I will flip up Stealth Bird and deal 1,000 points of damage to the opponent. And reflip it, and we'll flip up Golem Sentry. Send this face down monster right on back to hand. Reset Golem Sentry. I don't think there's a reason to set Sangan here. Could be a reason to set Gravity Bind. It does lock my field. I really just don't want my opponent attacking the Lakuta with anything. Yeah, let's just set Gravity Bind too. That's fine. We'll pass a turn. The opponent still doesn't have a Dark in the graveyard, and at this point they're taking 1,500 damage a turn, which is, 4-turn clock. And there's a potential like we could end up using the Solemn Judgment, Divine Wrath, Magic Jammer or something at some point, and we'll end up like bouncing a monster, mind controlling the spy, and going from there. But Tribe coming down? Okay. Yeah, no, we'll Gravity Bind that thing. And no Tribe attack for you. It would have been like, if my opponent had attacked like the Golem Sentry, I could definitely consider just like letting the attack go. They activate Tribe and Divine Wrath it all the way back to the Shadow Realm. But yeah, I think we're in a fine position here. Oh, especially with a ring. Someone's sending me a message. Let's check what this is. Sonic Flare 9 saying hi. Hi, Sonic Flare 9. That person messages a lot of different people and asks them like just like random questions. And I think that's really cool. Let's flip up Stealth Bird, deal another 1,000 to the opponent. Let's flip it down. We'll flip our Lakuta. We'll draw another card. Things are looking up here on the Kuhb Games YouTube channel. Reset Lakuta. Flip up Golem Sentry. I'm just going to send this Tribe right back to hand. No reason not to, really. And we will reset the Golem Sentry, and we're just going to pass the turn from here because we can't do anything. Just don't feel the need to set the Sangan or play it out really at all. We're not attacking with it. I'm content with just doing my 500 points of burn every turn with the Nightmare Wheel. Now I might not be. I have a Solemn Judgment for like a Mirror Force here. So like I could bounce this back to hand. We're attacking for 1,200. The opponent goes to 3,000. We're attacking for 1,200, 2,200, and then we have a ring. I think we can wait one turn on that. especially if the opponent's not doing anything. Well, let's see what we get off of Lakuta first, I guess. Because, like, this also does run into other sort of, like, remove... Oh! I'm not going to attack with the Lakuta. I definitely want to get the ceasefire down now, though. I'm just going to reset Lakuta, flip up Stealth Bird. And do I want to attack with Stealth Bird? I don't think I need to attack with it, but let's go ahead. We'll flip up the Golem Sentry now. Send the Spy back to hand, which ditches the Nightmare Wheel. We'll reset Golem Sentry, and then we'll set Ceasefire. And the opponent's likely just going to die very soon. We've got a Jammer here. We've got Solemn Judgment. We've got Divine Wrath. Our opponent still doesn't have a Dark in the graveyard. This is kind of what I meant by, like, if you get ahead of Turbo, you can just tempo them out of the game. All right, start turn. Opponent's drawing some cards. That's a concession. Let's go. 6-0. Pretty good start for Pac-Man. We didn't play this one, you know, the absolute best that it's ever been played, but I'm having a good time. I'm feeling good. We've still got some more questions to go as well for the Q&A. Let me get this updated. We're at 217. All right, we are making the climb. That Pac-Man is doing nothing but going up. Stonks are up on the camel. Let's get a third match. Why not? Alrighty, match number 3. We are less than an hour into this video as well with Pac-Man. That's pretty sick. Good old Rock. Not getting us there. All right, we'll get into another question while this starts. Arselga808 says, what have been your Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament accomplishments? Not much. I top 8'd the Atlanta GOAT format 1K back in, I think it was October of 2024. And that's really about it. Like, I've had my Nationals invite a few times. Like back when I got back into the game, that was with Malefic Skill Drain. But other than that, I don't really have a whole lot going for Yu-Gi-Oh! I mostly started my like super competitive journey in Magic. So I've got a lot more tournament accomplishments in Magic than Yu-Gi-Oh! So I'm sorry. I think I'm a lot better. Oh, I've top 16 to every PWCQ I've played with 0 top 8s. Oh, that's including GFCs as well. I've only played one GFC and I top 16 to that. But none of those I would consider like super accomplishments. I'm pretty proud of, you know, I've only been playing GOAT format for like less than a year still. So I'm pretty proud of, you know, where I am as far as like, I'm not the best technical player that the game has ever seen by any means. But I think I do all right. And I think like I've got a good grasp on like different interactions and like a big portion of the card pool. And I'm pretty decent at deck building and deck tuning and stuff like that. But I mean, me and Petty are about to win a 3v3 here in a few weeks with our friend who is another Evan, actually. So maybe more accomplishments in the future. Hopefully, you never know. But for now, I don't really have a whole lot, and I'm kind of okay with that. You know what I'm also okay with? Winning another match, which the opponent just showed up and left. Like, it's going to count for the ELO. Obviously, if this was testing, it wouldn't count for much, but we are 7-0 now, technically. And we're at 238 ELO, so let's keep this going, right? All right, we are playing against GOAT player. This person definitely knows the format. I don't actually know who this is. Just saying, if your name's going to be GOAT player, only 9 experience in GOAT format? Okay, I've got more on this account. All right, the short-lived Camel Time account. What do you got, GOAT player? We got some Thunder Dragons. That's what we're starting with. Okay. This could be Chaos Turbo again. All right. Just a back row and a pass. All right. We got another Stealth Bird. I think since I have this Book of Moon, I am just going to lead on Summon Stealth Bird and attack. Yeah, we get... only punished on the summon by Torrential. Everything else we can play around, like Mirror Force, Ring of Destruction, something like that. Sakuretsu. But yeah, get in some free damage here. Set the Stealth Bird, and I'm just going to set the Book of Moon and the Gravity Bind, and pass the turn. So we've got a few too many monsters in the hand. Would have been nice if this Stealth Bird was a Wave Motion Cannon, that is for sure. Though Stealth Bird has put in quite a bit of work this video. I've been pretty happy with it. Just a monster from the opponent. Love to see that. So we're going to be able to get in another 1,000 damage here. And I think since the opponent is finally playing out monsters, I'm not going to play this other Stealth Bird. I think I'm just going to set the Golem Sentry here and pass the turn. I don't feel the need to play out Level Limit into Heavy Storm. Pretty happy with my Gravity Bind and Book of Moon as protection. We'll see what this is. If the opponent... Oh. No play? We're just going to discard a Thunder Dragon in the instep? Alright. Oh, Call of the Haunted's good here too. I'm down for this. First things first, we're going to flip up the Stealth Bird. Play around Torrential. I don't mention this a lot, but there is a certain sequencing to this. For flipping up your monsters. You want to, like, basically to play around Torrential. So if this is a Torrential, flipping up Golem Sentry first wouldn't do anything. But I can get value out of the Stealth Bird. So you flip it up first, you deal 1,000. If they Torrential, your opponent still loses their monster. I'm going to play around Mirror Force here. And I don't think that's a Torrential. I could get greedy. Summon out the Stealth Bird and attack. I just don't need to do that. I'm not going to get greedy here. I'm just going to attack with my one Stealth Bird. Alright, set the boy, and I am going to set other Stealth Bird here, and I don't think I'm going to set the call. Once again, I'm just not going to play into Heavy Storm anymore. Then I have to... If the opponent gets Heavy Storm, I'm not really that worried. Like, we've got a 17, 17, 1,800 butts here. Pretty good. Okay, I continue to draw monsters. My kingdom for a solemn judgment, please. Yeah, we'll flip up the bird. Deal 1,000. We will reset the bird. We will flip up the other bird. Deal 1,000. And I do think I am going to attack with this one. I guess maybe... Well, no, there's a chance that maybe I wasn't supposed to flip this one up until second main and just attack with this one to, like, not give my opponent the information. But let's flip up Golem Sentry here. Bounce this monster back to the hand. We'll reset Golem Sentry, and I will attack with this Stealth Bird. Like, potential missequencing, a little bit of a misplay there. Because I did want to get in this 700 damage, but now I will just reset this Stealth Bird, and our opponent is dead on the next turn. Unless they've got something to say about this. But I'll set Swarm of Scarabs, and I'll pass. So I don't think this is a Torrential. Yeah, cool. We get game one. We saw Thunder Dragons. And a face-down monster. That's it. Like, I'd imagine it's turbo, right? It doesn't have to be, but we saw face-down monsters. I'm just going to bring in Mind Control. I'll bring in Curse of Royal because it's just good in everything. I'm just going to cut these Book of Moons, cut the Magic Cylinder. Maybe, I don't know if I want the Divine Wrath. We'll see. I'm going to make my opponent give me a little bit more information before I go in on that one. The Thunder Dragon, you know, does likely mean BLS. But we'll be alright. It's one of the reasons I put Minecon in the side, because Minecon is just another answer to BLS, which is really good. Like this hand a lot, of course. Just going to lead on Pot of Greed. And, okay, pick up a Wave Motion Cannon. I like to see that. Let's set Lakuta. I'm going to set Gravity Bind, and I'm going to play Wave Motion Cannon. If the opponent has a Sangan, swords would have worked out better, but I just don't like playing out swords on a field with no monsters. Like, the opponent didn't even set a monster turn one. Reload, okay? So it could be Library. Which, in that case, I would have rather had Divine Wrath in the deck. Divine Wrath pretty good against Library, right? Yep, pitch Thunder Dragon. Okay. Okay, just checking the log on the reload just to make sure everything's kosher here. Because it went a little fast and I didn't want that to get screwed up in the video. Okay, we see a set monster. Yep. Mirror Force. Well, if it is library, Mirror Force is not doing much of anything, right? Let's just start on flipping up Lakuta. Why would we have Truenated there? Is this like a Cyber Jar or something? Oh, Judgment. Okay. Judgment's really good. I'm just going to go ahead and knock. See what this is. Tomato. Okay, it could be Empty Jar. I've seen some Empty Jar decks play and stuff like this. I know I generally don't like attack with my Lakutas, but I don't think the opponent's going to have a whole lot of defense if I'm reading what this is correctly. I may not be, for what it's worth. But I think my opponent is on some sort of combo goodness here. So let's replay out the Wave Motion Cannon. I'm going to set Solemn Judgment. And I would like some sort of protection for this. I think I'm just going to set Mirror Force over Gravity Bind. Sure. Well, I guess I can just set everything, right? Because I've got the Solemn Judgment. Yeah, let's just do that and pass the turn. And we're probably going to be picky with the Solemn Judgment. Face down monster. Cool. Duo. All right. That'll give us a little bit more information on what's going on here. And yeah, I'll just lead on that. All good, opponent. Get rid of this card. Look. I told you were going to see all of the rage quits. You were going to see all of the matches. It's not a match that I would normally put on YouTube because, like, what's the value of this match other than me sitting here and talking? But, like, we're just raking in the elo today. This is awesome. We're already up to 251. And we haven't lost a match. What are we, 8-0? Yeah, we're technically 8-0. We're at 251. We just hit an hour on the video. So, you know, I'm gonna keep going. All right. OG Swifty. Can you feed us more elo? The loss is coming, right? It has to. But while we're getting into this match, Q&A, last one, Guam Cruz, aka Harry Kim. Great question. I don't know if I have a really solid answer for it, and I'm sorry. I did a lot of thinking on this one as well. But if you had to live out the rest of your life as one character from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime in universe, who would it be? The original answer that came to my head was Joey. Which is going to seem a lot weird to people. Like, Joey is sort of... Joey's sort of a simple guy. He fights for what he thinks is right. Whether it's, you know, in the right way, the most efficient way or not. And he's very well-intentioned. But he gets bullied a lot, right? So, like, I don't know if I would want to sit there and get bullied all the time like Joey does. But I think just, like, well-intentioned, good guy, having fun with his friends, playing a card game. Fighting for what he thinks is right, all that good stuff, you know, trying to help his sister out, all of that stuff, you know, just unwavering friendship, stuff like that. It draws me to Joey a little bit. I'm also kind of a goofy dude, so I guess my answer is going to be Joey. I guess like everybody's going to have their downsides, right? So I think I can accept being bullied if I'm gonna be a good person. All right, we're gonna flip Swarm of Scarabs here. Take out our opponent's face down monster. This is a juicy looking morphing jar. Oh, Shining Angel? Shining Angel, Sangan, Thunder Dragon, Jar of Greed. I want to say it's Return. Return doesn't really play Dude, Thunder Dragons all that much. Here's where I get sacked by Pac-Man. You're damn right. Welcome to Pac-Man to 1K, opponent. I don't think our opponent likes Pac-Man. Sorry, I do. I hope our opponent doesn't play anything and we just go just like Uber plus off a morphing jar. Graceful Charity's fine. I'm not gonna solemn judgment that. You can have that one. Opponent does have Thunder Dragons in hand, so it's like it's worth considering, but we have to protect from Heavy Storm. And I think we're just gonna, with this morphing jar, we've got a good shot of outvaluing our opponent here. Yeah, you don't have any darks in the graveyard, and you got rid of your Thunder Dragon, so you can't sack the Sangan. Let's. Yes, yes, free Elo. All right, we take these. What are we at, 267? Okay. All right, remember what I said this ladder climb was going to take forever? We're still at the bottom of the ladder. Let's be real. Like I said, once we get around 600-700, this starts taking a lot longer, but let's keep it going. We are on a roll here, and I got to get at least one more full match, right? All right, let's see if Rob Ford is in for a full match here. Opponent is 601 on the ladder, so I'd imagine they care about their elo at least a little bit, right? Okay, this is a pretty good hand. I'm just going to lead on Golem's Entry, and I'm going to set all of these cards here, and I'll pass the turn. So if the opponent has a Heavy Storm, obviously we've got Solemn Judgment for it. If they don't, then I feel like we're just in a fantastic position. Yeah, you can have a Pot of Greed, that's fine. You can have a Graceful Charity too, that's fine. Is this what finally takes us down? Our unstoppable force of Pac-Man? Alright. Ditch Book of Moon, Gravekeeper Spy. Yeah, I'll gain 1,000. Sounds good to me. Knock. Yeah, I'm going to let the knock go. It's fine. We'll lose our Golem Sentry, no big deal. A face down monster. Okay. Do I want to Nightmare Wheel that? Yeah, I think I'm going to well, we'll see what we draw first. Now I won't Nightmare Wheel. Okay, that's why you wait till your draw step to use Nightmare Wheel instead of using it on your opponent's end. Because you can still get the value out of the burn damage if you use it in the draw, because then you have your standby after. But yeah, here I'm just going to set my little Swarm of Scarabs, and then I'm going to Nobleman of Crossout your monster opponent. Get these moths out of here. And yeah, we're just passing the turn from here. I could have attacked because I have this Book of Moon. But I would rather Book of Moon a monster trying to attack my Swarm of Scarabs than Nightmare Wheel it. Because I don't really want to use my Nightmare Wheel on a monster that I'm just going to blow up anyway. Opponent checking the graveyard. Yeah, we're going to Book of Moon the Breaker. And Magic Cylinder. Okay, I don't hate that. That's just more protection. That's kind of what we need here. So, judging that this is turbo, basically that needs to be a Mirror Force or a Ring. Yeah, Ring does it too. That's fine. We lose 500. I was going to attack with it anyway, but the opponent loses their Breaker. I'm just going to set Lakuta, set Cylinder, Pass the turn. Opponent still doesn't have any lights in the graveyard. They haven't found a Thunder Dragon yet. So I do like this position. Let's see what we draw. Stealth Bird. I don't think I'm going to Nightmare Will here. We've got... yeah, I could draw into a knock, potentially. It's not, you know, super likely. But I'll flip up Lakuta. See what I get. Call of the Haunted. Okay. Call's totally fine here. Let's reset Lakuta. Set the call. Set the Stealth Bird, and now Moth is gone? Do I care about... I don't care about Spy. Night Assailant would be annoying, but I have Call of the Haunted. I can help deal with that. Yeah, I'm just not even going to Nightmare Will here, because like I can call back Swarm of Scarabs to start taking out face downs. Oh, so they had a Moth in hand already. Okay. Okay, and we're going to go after the Stealth Bird. All right, that's fine. Okay, so I got faked out a little bit. That's fine. Yeah, you can flip down your Moth. I'm going to Magic Cylinder your Tsukuyomi. And then I can just bring back the Swarm of Scarabs. On the end here. Yep. Assuming there's no MST, and then we can just take out this dude, the Magician of Faith, and then we've got Nightmare Will to protect from another attack or whatever. But let's flip up our Lakuta first. See what's going on. Yeah, another Judgment. I'm down. Summon out Bird. We'll set Scarabs here. We're getting a little bit of lag from Dueling Book, so not a huge fan of that, but that's all right. Flip the boy back up. Take out the Moth. Get in there for a good chunk of 1,700. We just attacked with a Battle Ox. Reset these, set Solemn Judgment, pass the turn. I'm not worried about, like, really anything here. Our opponent does have a light in the graveyard now, but we've got double Solemn Judgment, so... Ew. Snatch the Swarm is interesting. I'm going to let that happen. I can just Nightmare Wheel. Well... Yeah, I can just Nightmare Wheel it when they flip it down. Target. All right. I'm going to Nightmare Wheel in response. So now they can't flip it back up. The Tsukuyomi can attack and take out our Lakuta, but that's fine. We've got Stealth Bird plus Nightmare Wheel that can kill fairly quickly. And I'm willing to give up Lakuta to keep my Solemn Judgments around so I'm not using one on a Tsukuyomi. Alright, opponent sets a back row. Cool. Okay, Raigeki Break on. Nightmare Wheel. Got Tsukuyomi and two others in hand. How aggressive do I want to be here? It goes to 42. Yeah, I'm going to use the Solemn Judgment now. Like, I can attack into the Swarm, but they can still just flip it down, flip it back up, and it's just going to go, it's going to go poorly for me here. Plus, this is an extra 500 damage a turn, and if I want to, I can keep that on their side of the field, flip up Golem Sentry, and just give it right back to me. This also turns off Tsukuyomi for a little bit. I mean, at least from attacking, though I don't really care if the Tsukuyomi is attacking my Stealth Bird or my Golem Sentry, right? Alright, reset this bird. We'll set the Golem Sentry here. I'm sorry if you all can hear my phone. I usually don't keep it on In fact, I'm going to throw it on the floor now. I usually throw my phone on the floor whenever I'm recording. All right, this is a BLS. It's just getting blasted. Yep. Get that out of here. We know 2 cards in our opponent's hand are useless. Yep, set a monster. Sounds good to me. Another Nightmare Wheel. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's flip up the Stealth Bird. Deal some damage. Flip up the Golem Sentry, and let's send your monster back to your hand. And we will reset. Reset, and I'm going to set the Nightmare Wheel. If the opponent draws Heavy Storm, cool. If they don't, they die. Those are the 2 options for this turn. All right, we're going to take game 1 here. GG, opponent. We're just eating up Turbo tonight. We'll bring in the Mind Controls, bring in Divine Wrath, bring in the Curse of Royal. What have I been cutting? It's been these 2, this, and Magic Cylinder. Sounds good to me. Let's see if we can pick up another win here. So, been happy with this whole Q&A thing that I just came up with in the middle of the recording the first video. I hope you all have been enjoying it. Super happy to sit here and just talk. Again, this whole series is just about vibes, having some fun, hanging out with the dudes, and the non-dudes. We're accepting of everyone here. But yeah, just hanging out with everybody, having some fun, gaining 1,000 life points from Upstart Goblin. That's what we're about to. All right. Opponent doing pretty well over there this turn. But this is what Morphing Jar is here for. Morphing Jar helps you come back from situations like this where your opponent just gains like a ton of card advantage and you just kind of equalize. Okay. Double Wave Motion Cannon's pretty nice. See what they want to send back. Stealth Bird is pretty brutal here with the Wave Motion Cannons, but Morphing Jar is also brutal just given the situation for card advantage. Yeah, we're sending back the Morphing Jar. That makes a lot of sense to me. All right, I'm going to Swords just to see what's up with that monster. Deco, okay. So let's set the Stealth Bird. We'll activate the Wave Motion Cannons. And I'm going to pass a turn. Like, if the opponent has Heavy Storm, we lose the game. Cool. I'm not playing around that with this hand. There are several hands with Pac-Man where you do play the game like that. You're just like, if you got it, you've got it. Cool. You just kind of have to, at that point, play to, you know, it's a one-of in their deck, and you just kind of have to slam these cards down like this, I think. Because currently we're at kill our opponent on turn 3 with Pac-Man, which I've not done before. I've done turn 4 several times. But I don't think I've ever done turn 3, like, actual put your opponent to 0. Well, I wasn't expecting a Wombat. No. All right. We got to get that thing off the field. Oh boy. That's not good. Yeah, I guess I'll pass the turn. The opponent did discard a Gravekeeper Spy. I mean, we could just lose here. Wombato. Normally, I don't care whenever the opponent brings in like the anti-burn measures against the deck, but Wombat looking really, really good against this start, of course. But like, we've got Golem Sentries, we've got Swarm of Scarabs. Yeah. There's Breaker. I get it. We lose the Swords. I thought about setting the Gravity Bind, but like it doesn't. Okay. We're gonna take some damage, but that's fine. It's really not that big of a deal, I guess. We're at 9,000, and let's see, 16, 14, and 16. Cool. We're at 3,400. And Golem Sentry. There we go. Unfortunately, with not being able to use the Stealth Bird, We are not on turn 3 kill, but we are on turn 4 kill. So let's just set the Golem Sentry. I'm going to play out Level Limit. It doesn't stop the Wombat, but like we're not playing around Heavy Storm here at all. I probably should have set the Gravity Bind last turn. Or played the Level Limit, one of the two, but I didn't, and here we are. Now we get to see how greedy we want to be with the Golem Sentry and like the Wave Motion Cannons, but yeah, like the opponent's going to attack. Okay, they're attacking the Stealth Bird. That's fine. Take 100, please. We got a... Oh, Sork. Okay, I don't care about Sork as much. Yeah, we lose the Stealth Bird. Now I can just send the Sork back to the hand. That seems good to me. Ooh, Divine Wrath? Okay. I have to do it. I don't want to give my opponent this knowledge, but I kind of have to, right? Flip up Golem Sentry. We'll send this Sork back to hand, and we are just all on kill on the next turn with Wave Motion Cannon. So let's set the Golem Sentry back down and pass the turn. Hope the opponent doesn't have a second Wombat. No second Wombato, please. Or a way to deal with Golem Sentry, or... What does that get back? Oh, we could dig for Heavy Storm. Yeah, okay. Alright, pretty good. Come on, opponent. I guess hitting a Raigeki break works too. Or a knock. Opponent's got all kinds of outs here for this situation. But, you know, let's cross our fingers here and hope they don't get to any of them. Maybe? Alright, we discard a Spy. BLS is also an out here. Of course, we could just... we could draw into Mind Control. If our opponent gets rid of the Golem Sentry here, we draw into Mind Control and just take the Wombat and pop them with Wave Motion Cannon. That'd be so funny. They're taking their time. Maybe they don't have it here. I would be shocked. The opponent's 22 cards in their deck. We haven't seen a single Raigeki break or an MST or a Heavy Storm or BLS. Or hell, even Snatch Steal does it here. Because they can just attack into this and then snatch it. Come on, opponent. You've got to have something here, right? There's no way I get away with this. Attacking, okay. Yeah, take 200. Main 2, we got a Snatch Steal. Oh, Chaos Sorcerer. Sork does it as well. Alright. Oh, well, we already knew they had the Sork. That's right. Okay. Come on. This would be the funniest Mind Control of all time. Opponent set in some back row, though. I imagine they've got more answers here. I don't think we're actually going to win this one. Swarm of Scarabs. Okay. Put some counters on our Wave Motion boys here. Setting Swarm of Scarabs means I don't take 1900 next turn, which helps with Ring. Yeah, okay. I'll set it and I'll pass the turn. Unfortunately, Divine Wrath doesn't deal with Wombat because it's not an activated. Okay. Break on Level Limit? That's fine. I've got a Gravity Bind for that. This is the most unfortunate. Oh. All right, we'll take the L here. It was just kind of an unfortunate game, but it's going to happen from time to time. Someone is driving the loudest truck of all time outside. All right, let's go. Let's finish this video off still undefeated at 10-0 in the series. This hand's not bad. It's just how much do we want to play into Heavy Storm here once again? I don't think I need to set the Curse of Royal. I really want to. If I go all in and I fail, we lose. I think I'm just going to play the wave motion cannon. Yeah, I'm going to be conservative here. Super, super tempted to just play out everything, but if the opponent plays a breaker and attacks, we lose. Cool. But can't really play around both. Oh, I love to see a mind control here because they don't get any value out of the Golem Sentry. It's another reason to not set your Lakutas first. So yeah, I mean, this Golem Sentry doesn't do anything for them. And now if they summon Breaker, they sure can pop this Wave Motion Cannon. That's all they get. I guess if they summon Breaker and attack, they just don't pop. Deco, sure. I'll take 1400 and no big deal. What else you got? Nothing? No play at all? All right. I'm down for that. Let's put a counter on our wave motion here. Flip up the Golem Boy. And I feel like my opponent has Heavy Storm. It's not guaranteed that they do, but I feel like they do. So I don't want to play out the level limit, which makes me not want to summon one of these. Well, I guess I can. If they summon out Deco and attack over Medusa Worm, I don't really care that much. Sure. So we'll give them the information that this is a Medusa Worm. If they summon out Deco and attack over it, it's fine. I've got, you know, a steady stream of monsters coming. We get in for 1300 damage here. Set everything, and then... I mean, I could just set the Curse of Royal here. Now if our opponent throws out the Heavy Storm, we can just follow up with level limit, and then we can just start drawing off a Lakuta. Sure. I'll set the Curse of Royal. Maybe we pull out the Heavy Storm, but I do think they have it. I just have a... yeah, okay. Yep, just had a hunch they had it, and they do. That's fine. We draw it out now. We get to keep our level limit. Oh, they had another Mind Control? Alright. We get to keep our Medusa Worm, though. So if our opponent plays another monster, even though we lose this Golem Sentry, like say they play out that Deco, we can just kill it with Medusa Worm? Yeah, sure. We take 1400. It's not that big of a deal. Now we get to follow up with level limit. We know 2 cards in hand are Thunder Dragons. Oh, Mind Control of our own? That seems pretty good too. Not going to play into Mirror Force or anything here. Let's just set the boy. If that's a ring, cool. We'll kill this if our opponent has... oh, walk? That's... I don't care about that. Sure. Gain your 1400. I'll take a +1 with... and add like... well, I guess it would have been a +1. It's like a +2. Yeah, +2 for Medusa Worm. Cool. Totally happy with that. Play out this level limit, and I'm just going to set Lakuta and pass the turn. I doubt the opponent has a third Mind Control here. If they do... ugh. Duo? Duo's pretty good. But really not the end of the world. We know they've got 2 Thunder Dragons in hand, so like, what is this? Please don't be BLS. Please just be Sork. It is Sork, okay. We lose the Medusa Worm, but we've got Lakuta going. Ring? Yes. Yes. Ring is very good here. Flip up Lakuta. Another level limit is fine. We'll just reset. Set ring. I'm going to activate the level limit in case the opponent draws into MST break or something like that. Because I really want to be using a ring on this Sork, I think. Or a BLS if the opponent draws it. Nightmare Wheel? Okay. Not upset about that either. It's going to be a close finish here. But let's flip up the Lakuta boy. Sangan. Do I want to ring now? Start pushing some damage? I think I do. So let's summon out Sangan. I'm going to reset Lakuta. And then I'm just going to ring the Chaos Sorcerer. I kind of want to get the game over with as quickly as possible here. Don't want to give my opponent any more time than I need to. And we've got this Nightmare Wheel to help push damage as well. I'm not playing into Mirror Force by attacking with the Lakuta there. The opponent doesn't have a light in the graveyard, though I guess they do have Thunder Dragons in hand. They can find a light anytime they want. Judgment. Yes, please. Okay, we lose our Lakuta. That's not really that big of a deal. Obviously would have loved to have kept it, but between Sangan, Nightmare Wheel, and Solemn Judgment, I think we're doing all right here. Pass the turn. Opponent's at 2,300. Set a monster. Okay. What do we draw? Lakuta. All right. So we'll draw. We'll Nightmare Wheel this monster. Go to standby. Deal 500. Move Sangan to defense. Set Lakuta here. And pass the turn. Let's go. Let's go. What do you got, opponent? We know one copy of Thunder Dragon is in hand for sure. Heavy Storm is gone. Okay, we're just tributing for Thunder Dragon? Yeah, oh, to get the Nightmare Wheel off the field. That's fine. Do we have a Torrential here too? No. Okay. Very nice. Scarabs, that's a very good draw. Okay. All right, let's flip up Lakuta. Oh, no, we can't. We have a Solemn Judgment backup? We just kill here? All right, sure. Summon out Swarm of Scarabs. Ring? That's fine. They go to 1,300. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. We both take 500. Remember when I mentioned that mind control kill earlier? Let's mind control the Thunder Dragon and kill our opponent with Sangan and Lakuta. Let's go. Let's update this. Opponent's already out of here. But we're at 287. Oh my god. All right. We're gonna end the video here. We are 10-0. But yeah, let's go over to the full screen here so we can kind of see what's going on. There we are. I'm behind the camel once again. We are at 287. As you can see, there are no dips on that line. Everything is upward trajectory. We are at 287 elo, on our way to 1,000. We are 10-0. Now, obviously, we haven't played all 10 matches. We had a few quits in this video, but I am elated that we are where we are. I didn't think we would start off this well. I thought this was going to be an absolute just slog from the very beginning, but, you know, I'll take it. 10-0, 287 elo. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, we will be back with the next one.